Overload.
Hey there guys, it is Niran here and welcome to the FIFA 14 show. Of course, this is the show where I talk to you about all the latest developments concerning FIFA 14. Now, obviously, recently there has been quite a lot going around. 2 weeks ago there were the massive Ultimate Team developments. Last week there were a few articles that were going around. This week there's not a huge amount, it's more screenshots, which I will actually be showing you in the background. You might be able to see a few now. So yeah, there's quite a lot actually. I'll be going through those later. But first of all, quite a few teams are getting partnered with EA at the moment. Now, I think Man City got this last year, but it was quite a rare thing on FIFA 13, and a lot more teams are buying into it now. So far, we've got Liverpool. I'll just show a thumbnail of the Liverpool partnership thing, deal, if you like. And basically, what this means is it's going to bring realistic faces for almost all of the players, along with other features like their real boots and stuff, which, you know, boots-wise, I couldn't care less, but EA seem to care a lot about these sort of things, just to make it as real as humanly possible. Faces-wise, yes, I'd love them to be as realistic as possible, and that's what the partnership brings to the Liverpool team at the moment. I'm sure there'll be a lot more announced, but there's also been a lot of Spanish teams announced. First of all, there was Barcelona and Valencia, two obvious ones, you would probably say, and then Real Madrid joined the whole partnership bandwagon as well, and they've been followed by Sevilla, Atletico Madrid, and Real Betis. Now, this also means there's been a lot of screenshots released of the Spanish La Liga players because of the partnership. We've also got like realistic faces of David Villa, who plays for Atletico Madrid, of the entire Barcelona team. I might be able to put it up now, but actually, there is a screenshot of Barcelona. It's the entire team, like standing for a team photograph. Now, I don't know if this is going to be included in the sort of intro field that you get when you start a kickoff match or whatever, or an online game, because obviously there's that intro where they're coming out the tunnel. Maybe this will be included as well, because I've never noticed it before. I usually tend to skip the intros as much as possible, unless I'm on career mode, but I haven't noticed this before, and yeah, that'll be quite a cool feature, I think, actually, getting them all crouching down and standing up and whatnot, and posing for their photo. So that's, I think, quite a cool feature if that is the case. Now, so enough about the partnerships. Another cover photo has been announced this week, and that is the Australian cover, and there's no real surprise who is on the front. It is the New York Red Bulls midfielder Tim Cahill, of course, ex-Everton player, so there was no real surprise there that he was going to get on the cover of that. He's one of the only big Australian players at the moment. Obviously, maybe you'd think a few years ago maybe Harry Kewell would be on it, but he's not, you know. I think he maybe retired now? I don't even know. Well, anyway, it is, by the by, it is Tim Cahill on the front. Now, next up, we've got Shakhtar Donetsk, or Donetsk, or however you say it, but the big Ukrainian team are set to be included, finally, on FIFA 14. There's been, like, pages going around, like, petitions to get Shakhtar Donetsk on FIFA 14 and stuff, and finally, it looks as if EA are actually going to bring it in. Now, we don't know whether that's going to be included, they're just going to be flung into the rest of the world category, or whether they're actually going to license the entire Ukrainian league. Because EA have been going on a massive licensing spree recently. They've actually, as well as getting all the Brazilian league, and the Polish league, and the entire Turkish league, it's being reported that they've got the Colombian and Chilean league as well. Now, the Colombian and the Chilean league, I think it's more money-grabbing purposes, to be quite honest, because, when you think about it, a lot of good players have come out of Colombia and Chile recently, like obviously Falcao, James Rodriguez, and who else is from there? Montano, Ibarbo, Muriel. A lot of players have come out of Colombia and even Chile as well. At the moment, there's not really a sense that there's any real huge talent over there at the moment. So I think that's more of trying not to make it sort of European League dominated. They're trying to bring in other continents as well as the Brazilian. If you're going to do that, I would say you'd bring in the Argentinian League, because that does seem to have some pretty good talent there. But anyway, they've chosen the Chilean and the Colombian League. Maybe the Argentinian League will be brought in, and maybe the Ukrainian one will as well, because that will bring in teams like Dynamo Kiev as well, who have also been quite successful in Europe recently. And then, finally, this has been quite a short episode, actually, but this is the biggest thing, you would say. There's a new next-gen camera, which it looks at first like telly. This might not sound like big news, but it is actually quite a fundamental thing that's going to be included in the next-gen consoles for 14. Just want to stress that this isn't going to be in the old console version for Xbox 360 or PS3. But it looks like telly at first, but includes a lot more of the crowd. Now, obviously, this is an obvious step because they've tried to improve the supporters and the fans a lot by bringing 3D faces into it, 3D bodies, and obviously the whole AI thing. Now, there's a lot more about this as well, actually. There's more intelligence now to the fans as well. They react to bad decisions, like your average booing at the referee or whatnot, which is quite interesting because usually they don't have any sort of refereeing bad decisions included into FIFA. It's all, oh yeah, the referee's right and whatnot, because obviously the respect campaign launched by FIFA and whatnot. But anyway, enough babbling about that. But yeah, they react to bad decisions, goals, and can even leave early if their team is losing. So you'll start to see sort of the fans like evaporate out this. Well, not obviously evaporate. They won't literally just evaporate out of the stadium. But you'll start to see patches of the stadium that are empty because the fans are disgusted about their team's performance and they're leaving early. And that's just such a cool. I think it's just a small thing, but it really adds to the sort of atmosphere of the game. So that's really nice to see that in. And obviously they wanted to try and show this off a lot. They've been praising their whole new fan system a lot recently going into the release of this game. So it's obvious that they would try and show them off with this new camera angle. But as I said before, it is only available on next gen consoles. But if you're planning to buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, in the next, as soon as it comes out, then obviously this is going to be great. It will probably still be on next FIFAs in the future. So, yeah, there's no need to worry about that. So that's a really cool feature, and a lot of small things have been released this week, but nothing big. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the FIFA 14 show. It's been a pleasure ranting at you today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, of course, and comment if you enjoyed it that much. Have a nice day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.